Hello, MTech students, and welcome to the new Electrical Apprenticeship Canvas courses. Your instructors, who I have been working with to create these courses, have asked me to create a brief video showing you how to navigate the course and getting you familiar with the sequence of how things are to be done, and give some other additional information. So, the first thing I'd like to show you is as my screen loads up and I do presentate, is my dashboard. This is my dashboard, and if you notice I'm looking over, it's because I have two screens, so I'm presenting from a second screen. It's pretty handy, by the way. But anyway, on your dashboard, you will have what is called cards. For each of these individual Canvas courses that say blueprint, whatever, are cards. And they can be kind of annoying, especially if you have some from a previous semester. And there are some students that get a little bit confused as to which one they're clicking on and which one they're participating in. So I would like to show you how to remove and add a card. So what I'm going to do, I went too fast. Let me go back to the dashboard. Like I said, by no means am I a professional at this. So to remove the card, click on the courses button under the dashboards and go to all courses. These stars right here indicate which cards are on your dashboard. The ones that are filled in are there, and the ones that aren't are not. So if I were to say click on my sandbox, Charles Bartlett sandbox, now that card would be included on my dashboard, and I can remove it by just doing the reverse, going to courses and unclicking it, and now it is gone. All right, so if you get your dashboard nice and clean and you only have your card that says electrical apprenticeship with the year that you're in, first 1A, 2A, 1B, and your teacher, then you will be in a good place. So let's use the 1A course and explore that a bit, just to get you familiar. This is the second attempt at this video, so I'm trying to streamline the process a bit. The first things I want to point out is you have some menus. You have this side menu right here that says dashboard, courses, calendar, inbox, and help. And I would say that probably half of our students have already dealt with Canvas enough to know what these are for. The calendar is really handy. If you click on it, obviously it is going to show you stuff that's due and when. So it will show these little reading reminders that are due, and then all your worksheets. And the reason they're right here is so that your teacher can just pick them up and put them where he needs them. It's kind of handy that way. You can click on them. You can click on something here, and then if you go up here and click on it again, it'll actually open the page, and you can get more information. The same thing with the worksheets. You can click on it and then click on the worksheet and go right to it. But anyway, we're going back to, let's see, we're going to go back to the 1A course. And we're going to look at it in Student View, which is a fun little tool for the teachers so that they can see exactly what you're seeing. The next menu is the left-hand menu here. This is course navigation. You'll notice that you have a button for modules, grades, and syllabus. And I just wanted to point out real quick that you have those same things right here, syllabus, modules, grades. They're in no particular order, but these are also buttons, and these are here to help you if you're using a cell phone. They're fairly large, and you can just click on them from your cell phone, and they'll go to wherever you need to go. Assignments. If you click on assignments, it's going to take you to this page that shows your upcoming assignments. It'll show any past assignments, and it'll show undated assignments. And so if you have to go back and find something, you want to look at an answer for something and remind yourself, you can go back to those assignment page and find that worksheet and get over there. Discussions and conferences. or things that your instructor may decide to use throughout the course, especially if our campus gets shut down like it did last semester or for any other reason. They may direct you to doing a conference for class instead of in-person class. People is real simple. If I clicked on it, all it would say is test student, so it's not worth clicking on, but it basically lists everybody that's in the class, and it has a place or a button you can push to email them or contact them. We talked about syllabus, and then the Google Drive's in here in case there's something that the teacher would like for you to have access to, like a printout or something. He can provide it there in the Google Drive and make it accessible to you. Now, the last thing on the homepage I need to show you is this to-do list. It's pretty handy. Most of the time, it's in order from top to bottom. So you can see you have this reading reminder that you need to have that read by August 24th, and this reading reminder, and so on and so forth. And then further down, you have some worksheets to do, worksheets on the various reading that you did. So the first of our 3 buttons, syllabus. If you click on it, just like I just did, you'll come to the syllabus page. Now, the syllabus for this course is not embedded in here because this is a blueprint course. This isn't the course that your teacher is going to get. He's just going to get a copy of this. And up here in this area will be a window where your course syllabus will be, and he will go over that on day 1. Underneath that course summary, and you may actually have to scroll down to see it, you'll have this course summary that shows sequentially by date when things are due, with everything that the teacher has allowed you to see. So all of these dates are associated with the first 2 weeks of class that end with a quiz, and then everything else you see are holidays and stuff. But as the semester progresses, things will be added to this. You have a calendar over here to help you navigate quickly. And then you have your group weights and grading. So if you ever wanted to know how much a worksheet is worth, you can say, all right, it's worth 15% of my total grade. And then you can count up the worksheets and figure that out as well. Or labs and quizzes. Looks like I have to do a little bit of editing there. Exams, citizenship. And all of this will be explained to you by your instructor. Going back to the home page, the next thing I want to show you is grades. Okay. So in the grades section is another place where you can actually access assignments. If they haven't been done, you can click on this and it'll take you to the page to do it. If they have been done, then it'll take you to a page that will show you your responses, basically your attempts. You have your score bar here. Obviously, we haven't done any, so there are no scores, and we have a status bar. And this status line will say, it'll either say missing or late, and that's only if it's missing or late. But we're all great students, so we're going to do everything on time. And another feature of the grade page is that if you scored less than you would have liked on something, you can, or say you're getting ready to take a big test, you can actually test it out and put in a different grade. So say I got a 23 and I want to see what my grade would be if I got a 25. It's the only graded thing. And so it changes my running grade to an A. But that leads me to the last thing I wanted to show you, and that's this button here. This button here, when it's blue with a check mark, calculates your grade based only on assignments that have been graded. So if I were to unclick this, then it would recalculate my grade with all of these missing assignments, and my grade drops to an F. And if I got rid of that, it would drop down to a 0%. And so it's really important when you get close to the end of the semester to go ahead and unclick that, because that can help you see whether or not you've got some missing assignments. But be familiar with this page, and I'm going to show you some resources that you can use to understand it even better. So I just clicked on the modules button, but I would like to actually go back to the front page and click on modules. And the first thing I want to show you is how you can get rid of stuff. So your modules page can get really cluttery and full of stuff. But all you need to do is once you're done with a unit, you can just collapse it and it goes away. So we're going to talk about day one. Your orientation will include this video. If you're a first year student, especially if you're in the A semester, you will have to do the student orientation. Here is a link to the student orientation page on the MTech website, and you will have to acknowledge whether you agree. You will get orientation that includes an explanation of the syllabus, and as far as Canvas is concerned, maybe a Q&A session, and your instructor can answer questions to the best of his ability. But this video is meant to answer most of those. And your instructor will also explain your citizenship and your attendance grade, which does not, your attendance assignment doesn't quite show up on here. Because we won't have a lot of time to explain things in class as far as Canvas is concerned. And we would much rather spend our time just creating content for you and preparing our lessons and helping you understand the material. We would definitely want to spend more time doing that than we do helping you understand Canvas. We have this tutorial section that has these 4 topics that can pretty much answer all of your questions as far as how to do things in Canvas. So there's one on using your cell phone. There's one on viewing your grades, which I already kind of gave you an overview of. How to take a quiz. In Canvas, everything that is embedded that you take is a multiple choice or there's even essay questions and stuff is considered a quiz. And so that would be how you would take that. So what I'm saying is the worksheets and the quizzes and the exams all have the same format as a quiz in Canvas. So to learn how to do those, you would read here. And then an assignment, assignments, at least for now, are pretty much graded by the teacher themselves, and you won't need to be submitting anything. That could change, and the kinds of things that you might submit to an assignment might be a video, or I think pretty much just a video, really. Say if we get shut down and your instructor would like you to show to him that you know how to perform a certain task. So these 4 sections, strongly encouraged to go to these because they will save a lot of time in class and they'll save a lot of hassle for you. And so now the legend here is basically just for reference and doesn't really need any explanation. But now we're to an actual curriculum unit. So in the 1A course for this semester, the first unit is going to be a math review that covers all of these headers. So whole numbers and fractions, decimals, percentages, and so on. And these headers will be different based on, of course, what year you're in. But under the header are 3 items set offset in this tiered format. The first thing will be what you're reading as expected, what you're expected to read. The next one will be full of supplemental aids and material, which is really meant to be for both the teachers and the students. And then you'll have a worksheet. And these 3 things together add up to 1 class period of work. Okay, so you will be expected to do all of these to get your full attendance, as well as be in class when the instructor requires you to be. I think initially that's going to be once a week. So if we'll take and just look at this first day worth of work, I'm going to do what you should always do, and that is you should always click on it. Because when you click on it, it will give you an expanded view that shows you PPM textbook sections 1 and 2. If you're not sure what the PPM textbook is, you can read even deeper and say practical problems in mathematics. And then it'll give you the page number. And then for a vast majority of these reading assignments, it'll remind you that you do not need to do the questions in the book because they are actually in the worksheets for you to do in Canvas. So you will not need paper or anything. All you'll need to bring to class is a calculator, yourself, your textbooks, your code book, and your desire to learn. So backing back up, I went too far. Backing up to the modules. If we look at the next thing and we open that up, what we'll find is a whole bunch of things that we have put in here to help both the teachers and the students. So there's going to be things like PowerPoint slides that you could look at before class, and the teachers can definitely use in class. There might be online resources like the Khan Academy Arithmetic or Basic Mathematics where you can go and learn how to, do some extra practice and get some additional explanation. There's also going to be videos and a whole myriad of other things that are not graded that can be in here to help you. Now, the very last thing I wanted to show you as far as navigation is that from this modules page, once you click on anything, you will get to this setup where you can just hit next and it'll just go to the next thing or previous. So if you open up the reading assignment, you sit there and you do the reading and then you hit next, then you explore this material and then you hit next, the next thing is going to be your worksheet, which, I've asked you to go and look at that tutorial to figure out how to take a quiz. But I do want to point out this information on the top because this will tell you important information about the due dates, how many points, how many questions, if there's a time limit, and some of these worksheets, or not worksheets, but some of the coursework is timed, and then how many attempts you have. So going back to modules, the last thing I want to show you about this is that you'll notice that each of these headers is a day, and for the most part, there's 4. So this is 2 weeks. This unit is 2 weeks worth of material. And at the end of the 2 weeks, you will have a unit quiz if it's appropriate. There are going to be some units that are very lab heavy or just not in need of a quiz. But for the most part, you'll have these quizzes, and you can see 25 points, 90 minutes, and 2 attempts. And that is basically how you will navigate. So let me look at my notes and see if there's anything that I forgot. Hopefully I got this down under 10 minutes. Okay. Same thing I forgot in my first video. And that is, as you're doing these quizzes and exams and worksheets that are embedded in the Canvas course, you may come across a question where the answer is wrong, bogus, like it's not there. It may be a question asking about amps, but all the answers say watts. Just generally a bad question. What you should do is to reach out to your instructor, and he will be able to help you out. He can give you credit. He can tell you, obviously he can tell you whether or not you're mistaken. But these are all new test banks, and so there's bound to be a few bogus questions. So don't fret, don't get frustrated. Just simply let him know, and he can take appropriate action as he seems fit. So having said that, hopefully we'll have a great year, and we won't skip a beat if something disrupts the year, and everybody will be able to end on time, and we can avoid some of what we dealt with last semester. So thanks for your time.